The return of Gunpla news.
Yeah, hey guys, welcome to Gunpla News, episode 31 for July 2017. So we skipped last month, June. That was because I was just really busy at the time at the beginning of the month when I usually do these. And I was working on just some updates for the channel. We were doing the giveaway at that time as well with USA Gundam Store and all of that. Gunpla News actually is very time consuming to do. I don't know if you guys knew that or maybe figured that, but to just gather all the information and shoot it and edit it and everything actually takes quite a long time. So I skipped it last month, and actually what I've decided to do now that I've updated my channel, one of the things that I have decided to do is to make Gunpla News back to just one part instead of I used to do it as just one part, and then I separated it into 5 parts because I thought that just was easier for people who are only interested in certain parts. They don't have to watch the whole thing. And that just kept the videos shorter and things like that. So, but I decided what I want to do is just make it back to just one video, and then in the info section down below, I'll put the time codes for the different sections. So if you guys are, for example, only interested in just the new stuff, you can just click to that time code and only watch that part, or only the third-party stuff or whatever, you can just watch that. So I'll still have the same 5 parts. It'll still be just news about Gundam kind of in general, and then just some new announcements of new kits and stuff that's been announced. Then some updates on stuff that we already knew about, and then third-party release information, and then finally a few featured builds that I want to just talk about there at the end. So still have all of that, but if you are only interested in some certain parts, just check the time code down below. Basically, that just makes it a lot less time for me. It's a lot faster for me to edit and upload one video rather than edit and upload 5 videos. So hopefully you guys understand, and hopefully that'll be okay. I really don't think it's any different for you guys. If you have any thoughts about that one way or the other, let me know down below. But let's get into it. We do have a fair amount of stuff to talk about. One other thing that I should say is that I don't really want to talk much about like Robot Damashi and metal build and figure stuff anymore. I'm just not really into that stuff personally, and I really don't think that there's a whole lot of you guys who are either. I think for the most part, most of you watching this channel and watching this video are probably more interested in just the model kits, and maybe some like Gashapon figures or something like that too as well, like some other stuff that I show here, sometimes Converge figures and things like that. I'll still talk about news relating to the release of like new Converge series or things like that. Some candy figures. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. If I'm wrong about that, if there is a lot of you guys actually out there who are interested in that information, let me know down below, and I will cover that stuff. But if you guys are kind of okay without me covering that, then again, that'll just save me some time and just make my life a little bit easier. So, alright, now let's get into it. The 1-to-1 scale Unicorn has begun to be constructed in Tokyo at Diver City, there in front of Diver City. So as you guys know, that was announced earlier this year, and they've begun construction on that. Basically, we've seen like a couple of skeleton parts that they've kind of got up there so far. A couple of pieces, you can see like one picture there of like part of the head, but there's really not a whole lot to see quite yet. But we do have some news that the Gundam base Tokyo will be opening on August 19th. So the Gundam base Tokyo is going to be the new, it was previously Gundam Front Tokyo, now they're changing it to just kind of carry the same name as their branch stores in other countries, now just using Gundam base. The 1-to-1 scale Unicorn, I think, is not going to be finished by August 19th. I don't think that that's planning on opening on the same day, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen any news about that. I just saw the news that Gundam base will open on the 19th of August, but I didn't see anything saying that the Unicorn is scheduled to be done at that time. But it might be. I don't know. I don't know how much is like already pre-assembled and they just kind of need to bring it in and then just kind of like put it together there, or what, I don't know. But along with the opening of the Gundam base, we do have the announcement of the first Gundam base exclusive kits that are going to be available there. So as you guys knew, maybe before at Gundam Front Tokyo, they always had some exclusive kits that you can only buy there at the store. They are going to have that continuing on, but this first set of releases that they're going to have there really aren't that exciting, to be honest, for me personally. But I'll go through these and show them to you guys, and you can decide if it's something that you're interested. If you're going to be in Tokyo sometime soon, you can pick those up after the 19th of August, or trying to see about getting those through a third-party seller or something. But anyway, here they are. The HGUC RX-782 Gundam Revive. Of course, gotta have a Revive Gundam. This one is the metallic injection version for 1,200 yen. So it's just a metallic injected RX-782 Gundam. Nothing really too special there. The Master Grade Ale Strike version RM clear color version. So that would be like the kind of 2.0 version of the Ale Strike Gundam. And then it's just in clear color. That one actually doesn't look too bad of these in here. I typically don't like clear color kits, to be honest, but that one actually doesn't look all that bad. That is going to be on sale for 4,200 yen, so 4,200 yen, around 40 bucks for that. Not too bad, again, if you can get it at that price, if it's something you're interested in. The HG Petite Guy, chrome gold and silver, gold chrome and silver chrome with placard. So this is the recently released gray and kind of orangish ones. The Petite Guy with the placard. They're just selling a gold chrome one and a silver chrome one. So nub marks on that aren't going to be too good. These are only going to be 900 yen each though. So I mean, they're kind of special in that they're kind of some of the first kits being released as exclusives there at the Gundam base. But if you wanted chrome or gold chrome Petite Guys, I would recommend just painting that yourself, and you won't have all the dub marks and everything. So you can do that. There's the SD Legend BB Knight Superior Dragon clear color version for 1,500 yen. The regular version of that I did review a little while back, so you can check that review out and see if that's something that you're interested in. Then I actually did quite like that kit. It's quite nice. There's the there's the SD Legend BB Musha Godmaru Final Battle version, clear color version. So this one was a little bit older SD release, so I haven't reviewed that, but if you're interested in that kind of style of clear SD kits, then you might be interested in that one. This one's also 1,500 yen for that one, so the same as the Knight Superior Dragon. Also the HG Iron Blood Orphans Gundam Barbatos metallic gloss versions. This is the original Gundam Barbatos kit. This one also comes with a metallic gloss injected base as well, so it has like a special base that you'll get along with that. I believe this is the only one that I've seen so far in the pictures that we've seen of these that actually comes with anything new in terms of new parts. It's just the Barbatos comes with this new base for that, which is cool. That is increasing the price a bit. It's normally 1,000 yen kit, but it's 1,200 yen kit now for this limited version, the metallic gloss injection version. Two more here, the Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0 clear color version for 4,500 yen. That's it's the second most expensive kit here among these, but again, that one doesn't look too bad if you like those clear color MG kits. It's a great kit, so you get that. And then the last one is the most expensive one, definitely, is the Perfect Grade Gundam Astray Red Frame metallic version. So this is, yeah, looking nice if you're like a fan of the Perfect Grade Astray kit. It's 1,800 yen though, so definitely a little bit more pricey. It's $170, something like that, so quite expensive. But again, it makes a pretty cool kind of collector's item if you're into that sort of thing. Alright, moving on. The HG 00 Gundam 10th Anniversary Edition campaign. So this year is the 10th anniversary of Gundam 00. So what they're doing is they're having this campaign that is on through September. There's going to be 10,000 winners. So I guess they're doing this like the sort of normal campaigns that Bandai does, where when you buy certain kits, you'll get like a campaign like ticket in there, and then you can check the code online to see whether you win or not. And so from August through September, so in those months, make sure when you're buying kits, make sure from your seller, wherever you buy those, from your local store, online store, or whatever, if this is something you're interested in, make sure that your seller is giving out those tickets, or if they aren't, then maybe buy your stuff from a different seller who is, if you're interested in getting this. So yeah, there's going to be 10,000 winners, so it's quite a lot, but still, I don't know what that would make your chances being, but if you're really interested, if there's maybe, like if you have like a few kits that you've been interested in buying, maybe wait a little bit till August, between August and September, pick up some kits that you've been waiting to get, and try to win one of these, the 10th anniversary HG 00 Gundam. It's basically just a different color version, and it's different colors, and we'll probably have some different stickers, and that's pretty much it. Nothing really too special, but if you're a big 00 fan, yeah, why not try to win one of those. Also, Gundam Ace magazine August issue will include a 1/48 scale Unicorn Gundam display head base. This is the metallic pro finish. So this is something that came out years ago, but they're putting this out again just because of the Real Great Unicorn coming out. Gundam Ace magazine is going to be reissuing this head display base in the metallic pearl finish. So yeah, it's just a different, molded in a little bit different colors. This is 1,100 yen for this. Again, if you can get it directly from Japan at that price through a third-party seller. I mean, those Gundam Ace magazines are pretty thick and heavy, so probably the shipping for that's going to be pretty expensive. But that head base is really nice if you're interested in getting that. There's the Gundam Hobby Life issue 11. Will also be releasing soon for 1,800 yen. This is a kind of book magazine. It's not like a magazine in the sense that it comes out every month. I think these come out like every so often. I think it's, I don't know, regularly or irregularly, twice a year or something like that. I don't know exactly, but this is issue 11 anyway. Like the main feature for this this issue is Naoki's Master Grade Astray Red frame, which is looks really nice. I gotta say, Naoki's work as usual is really good. But this magazine, it's like over 150 pages, something like that. It's quite a lot of pages in there, so there's a lot of cool stuff in the magazine. Unfortunately, I noticed just before shooting this video, I checked to see if it's still available for pre-order on HobbyLink Japan. Currently, HobbyLink Japan has it on order stop, so you can't pre-order it now, but hopefully once it is released, they'll get some more stock in. I failed to pre-order that, so I'm really hoping that I get the chance to get that because I really want to pick up that book. I've never actually bought any issues of Gundam Hobby Life, but it looks like a really nice publication. I don't know whether to call it a book or a magazine, but they look really cool, and I'd like to pick up one of those. So I wanted to get this one, but I'll have to find a different source of where to buy one of those. One other thing too here is that the Gundam Info recently had a poll: which Gundam Build Fighters character would you like to see next for the Karagai line? So recently I reviewed the Karagai Hanco. I actually have it here on my desk because I'm working on changing up mine. But yeah, they had a poll: which character would you like to see next in the line after Fumina and Hanco? And the winner was Shia Kijima. What a surprise! It's like the jailbait cute anime girl of the series. Not really a big surprise there, but second place was Mirai Kamiki. And third place was Rao-san. Fourth place, Meijin Kawaguchi. Fifth place, Lady Kawaguchi. Sixth place, Kosaka Yuma. Seventh place, Kamiki Sekai Kamiki. And then eighth place was Sakai Minato, coming in last. Again, I think if I just had those, like, and someone asked me to guess what the ranking would be, I think I could probably have guessed that pretty close. Pretty predictable for a poll of characters out of Japan. For that, I probably would have put Sekai maybe a little bit higher. I would have thought that he would have been more popular, maybe than Rao-san. But anyway, those make sense. Just thought that was kind of interesting to share with you guys. If you guys hadn't seen that news, that doesn't mean that the next Karagais will be a Shia one or a Mirai one. That doesn't mean anything. It's just kind of Bandai's just checking to see what the people really want, or at least what a few hundred or a couple thousand people, like maximum, in Japan want, basically. Alright, last point of news here is, just want to show this to you because I thought this was pretty cool. The Psycho Zaku Mark II was revealed on the July 2017 issue of Big Comic Superior. Big Comic Superior, I guess, is just another like comic, similar to like Gundam Ace comic magazine. And so the Gundam Thunderbolt storyline is continuing in that magazine, and so they were just showing off like the new version of the Psycho Zaku Mark II here, and I gotta say, it looks pretty ugly. I'm not really into it at all. I don't know if we're going to be getting a kit of that or not. What do you guys think? Do you want a kit of that? Personally, I kind of don't, just because it looks kind of so ugly, but I don't know. You know, I could change my mind later. It could just be just the illustration is making it look ugly to me. I won't actually see it in kit form. It may not be that bad, but who knows? At the moment, currently, we have no more news of any more Gundam Thunderbolt kits coming out, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm really, really hoping for that Thunderbolt goof, but yeah, sadly, this month we didn't get any news about any new HG Thunderbolt kits, so that is disappointing. But that is a good transition into the new announcements, so let's talk about what we did have announced. Now, like I said, I don't really want to talk about like metal build and things like that, Robot Damashi, Gundam fixed figuration, all of that. I will mention about the new Next Edge figures, because the Next Edge figures are a much lower price point, so I think there's probably a lot more of you guys buying these Next Edge figures than, for example, the Robot Tamashi, which are a little bit more expensive, or especially like the metal build and fixed figuration figures, which are way more expensive. I figure this these Next Edge releases are probably a little bit more important for you guys. So we do have the Next Edge style Ale Strike Gundam coming out in October for 2,700 yen. Looks quite nice. Again, I'm still yet to pick up one of these Next Edge figures, but they do look pretty nice for what they are. There's also going to be a Next Edge style Perfect Strike Gundam coming out the same month, October, for 4,500 yen. So the standard Ale Strike, 2,700 yen. The Perfect Strike for 4,500 yen. Obviously, the Perfect Strike going to have a lot more different options and stuff you can do with that. So again, I think this is probably great for those of you guys who maybe do like toy photography and things like that. Personally, if this was like something that I would buy, it's something like that I would buy and I would put on my shelf and it would just stay like that forever. So I feel like things like this that have like so many different options that you can do with it, I just, that kind of like bums me out because like there's so many different options, but I know I'm never going to change it. I'm not going to put it on my shelf and never change that. Like, why would I? But if you were doing like toy photography and stuff like that, it'd be a great chance for you to do some different poses and things like that. Doing that with different weapons attached, things like that. So anyway, looks like a nice figure. There's also going to be the Next Edge style Phantom from Gundam Crossbone. This is going to be out in November. Don't have the price for this yet, but I imagine probably also similarly around 3,000 yen, give or take 3,500 yen, because it does have a lot of like those clear green effect parts for it. I love this design, and I really, really hope that we get a kit of this someday. I think this would make a really fantastic HD kit. The HD Crossbone kits are really nice, and just to have that and then have all those really awesome effect parts for that would be really, really cool. Really hoping that comes out someday. In the meantime, there is going to be this Next Edge figure, which does look nice. Still don't know if this will be the one to finally get me to buy a Next Edge figure, but possibly. Alright, now let's get into the P Bandai stuff, because this month we actually had like 15 P Bandai announcements and like one regular kit announcement. It was ridiculous how much P Bandai stuff was announced over the past month. So let's get into it. Probably like the biggest news that really got people the most excited and just blew up my social media for like 48 hours was all about the P Bandai Master Grade Gundam TR1 Hazel. And it's kind of funny that it was like a month ago that I made a video talking about why Bandai doesn't make any more Advanced Zeta kits, and then here we go, there's a new Advanced Zeta kit, and it's probably going to lead to more Advanced Zeta kits coming out after the release of this one. We don't know anything about that quite yet, but anyway, this will be out in September for 4,500 yen. Obviously, I already got mine pre-ordered. I highly suggest you guys do as well, because this is probably going to be selling out really fast because of how popular this is going to be. Some interesting things that I just wanted to point out in that in like the official images that Bandai put out for this, it did like highlight the part that the crotch part of this does have like the sliding crotch armor hatch that could make that possible for possibly them maybe releasing an advanced Hazel as well in the future. So I think there's no doubt in my mind that this kit is going to sell really well. So I think there's a very good chance that we're going to be getting another release after this, whether it be a Hazel 2 or an advanced Hazel or something like that. I don't know exactly, or if it's just like another part set for this. Maybe they put out just a part set to make the advanced Hazel or something. I don't know. They're using the Gundam Mark II 2.0 kit as a base for this, but there's going to be a lot of new parts for this. I mean, they're going to be using the inner frame from the Gundam Mark II, but pretty much everything on the outside is going to be all new for this. So that is going to be a really awesome kit. Really looking forward to that. Really happy to see that that is actually happening and that we could get more in the future. I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, future releases, whether they be standard release or P Bandai, I really don't care. I'll buy it whatever regardless, but just hope that after this they release some standard release stuff, just so that more people can enjoy it, because I know there's a lot of people out there just really drooling for some more Advanced Zeta kits. Alright, next we had the P Bandai Master Grade Zaku 2 High Mobility Type Brenif Oga's Custom. So this is just one of the newest in Bandai's line of their MSV Master Grade Zaku variants that they're putting out. I have to say, High Mobility Test Type, I should say, for this one. Anyway, this is going to be out in October for 4,500 yen. There's been like 15 of these releases, between 10 and 15 of these MSV Zaku releases. I've got a couple of them. Haven't quite decided if I really want to get this one or not. It's pretty cool for sure. If you guys check out the images for it. on the surface, I mean, at first glance, it doesn't really look that different, but it does have some cool new parts for it, and especially like the water slide decals. That's kind of one of the main thing that, for me, that's been about the few of these kits that I picked up, because for the most part, these MSV ZakuAureliuses are mostly just color swaps, things that you can paint it yourself for the most part. But the thing for me has just been the water slides, because these releases are really not that much more expensive than if you just buy just the standard release kit and repaint it yourself. They typically cost around $10–15 more, and you may get a couple new parts, not really all that much, but then you also get the water slide decals, which are going to be pretty much otherwise impossible to get, or you can just get them like third-party ones, like through Samuel Decal or something like that. It's totally possible. But if you want like the Bandai ones, which are going to be hopefully really nice quality, then you can get those in this way. So anyway, that's kind of been my deciding factor whether I want to pick up these or not. Anyway, the P Bandai Master Grade GM2 Unicorn version is going to be out in September for 3,600 yen. We already had the P Bandai GM2 and then the P Bandai GM2 AU colors. I think that one was also released as well, or at least it was shown at the expo last year. I don't know, but there's been 2 P Bandai releases of the GM2 out already. Now they're releasing the Unicorn version, so this one does have some different parts. It's basically like the Ver.RC, you could think of it, of a GM2. It has different feet, different legs, a little bit different parts for the shield as well. And then basically just some of the colors are a little bit different, and that's pretty much it. This one I think as well probably coming with a few water slides, but really not a whole lot, I'd imagine. But for 3,600 yen, that's pretty cheap for what is a really nice master grade. So if you're a fan of the GM, you probably check that one out. The P Bandai Master Grade Full Armor Gundam Ver.RC Final Battle version is going to be out in August for 7,000 yen. So Bandai is putting out these Final Battle versions of the Thunderbolt Gundam Full Armor Gundam Ver.RC and the Psycho Zaku. There's also the P Bandai Master Grade Psycho Zaku Ver.RC Final Battle version. That was going to be out the following month in September for 9,000 yen. So basically these are just standard kits, but you're getting like a few new parts. They're coming with an action base, which is nice, and they're coming with some like broken colony parts, so you can use on like these clear arm effect pegs to kind of display those around there, so it looks like the broken parts of the colony kind of around there. If you buy both, you can have them set up like in that final battle pose with them. It's cool. But like I said, as far as the new parts included with them, like for the Gundam, you're getting new parts for the head and new parts for the shield. And for the Psycho Zaku, you're getting new parts for the head, a few new parts there for like the shoulder, and then a couple new parts for the backpack. So really not a whole lot. I mean, in terms of those new parts, I think that's something that would be pretty easy to just make by yourself with just buying the standard kit and then just damaging the parts on your own if you know kind of how to do that. I think you can probably do that on your own fairly well. As far as like all the other like scarring and stuff you're seeing around the kits as well, that's going to come in water slides. They're going to have like water slides of like damage, like paint scratching scarring, which is normally you would just paint that yourself if you're doing like a weathered kit or like an extreme weathered kit like this. But if they're having water slides of that, I think it's going to look really weird. But I don't know, this is a kind of cool release, but at the same time it's also kind of, yeah, I don't know. So I'll definitely be passing on those, but those are interesting anyway. That's what I can say about that. There's also going to be the P Bandai Real Grade Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu. So this is not very surprising at all. This is just the Gold Frame Amatsu Mina, but just with the regular Astray legs and feet, and just with the regular Astray arm. And then the new part that this does come with, though, is that it does come with the full Triceros shield, which would be like from a real grade Blitz if we someday might get a real grade Blitz. I don't think this is any confirmation of that, but I can imagine there's some people out there probably saying, oh, they've got the shield molded, they're going to make a real grade Blitz Gundam. That'd be cool, but I wouldn't jump the gun on that anyway. But now this is the one that's going to be out in September for 3,200 yen. Yeah, alright. Next thing, another couple of interesting releases are P Bandai Real Grade Gundam Mark II RG Limited Color Version and P Bandai RG Zeta Gundam RG Limited Color Version. These are both going to be out in August. The Gundam Mark II is 2,700 yen and the Zeta is 3,200 yen. So just a little bit more than their standard release versions. These are also coming with some new stickers for the Amuro Ray logos on there, so for these like Amuro color versions of them. The colors look really cool, I'll give you that, but basically they're just the same RG kits, just molded in different colors, and you get a couple extra stickers. I'm pretty sure those aren't even water slides, so again, this is just one of those things that if you can paint, you can just paint that yourself. If you don't paint, then they're pretty cool, yeah. But this next one is the ultimate in nothing new except for a color swap. It is the P Bandai RE100 Baowu mass production version. So this kit doesn't come with anything new to it at all, except for, as noted in one of the promo images, you do have the choice of whether you want to use a green mono eye or a pink mono eye. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, that's pretty awesome. Otherwise, the kit is just totally a color swap. This is something you can very easily paint on your own. Even if you don't airbrush, you can get just spray paint, primer over that, just green, two-tone green, you're good to go, and you could just paint this very easily yourself. But if you really wanted to pick this up, this is going to be coming out in September as well for 3,600 yen for that Baowu. Next thing, this was a pretty interesting thing that Bandai is putting out, is the P Bandai HG Armblood Orphans Tekkaden set. So this is going to be out in August for 6,200 yen. This is coming with 4 kits: the Barbatos Lupus Rex, the Gushan Rebake Full City, the Floros, and the Landman Rody. So it's if you already have those kits, then I think dropping 6,200 yen to buy those kits again is maybe going to be a little bit difficult for some of you guys. But it does come with some new stuff, and I think if you don't have some of those kits, then I personally think this is a good chance to get some of that stuff, because, like, for example, just the Land Minority itself, if you want to make the Land Minority, you have to buy the Minority kit, and you have to buy the option part set for that, and then you have to paint it and all of that. This one I assume is going to be molded in the correct colors for the Land Minority, so if you don't paint, again, it's a great opportunity for you. This set does also come with some new stuff, though, so it is worth noting that it does come with a bunch of new weapons. Comes with like a bunch of new parts for like these booster units for the Gushan Rebake Full City. So anyway, there is a lot of new stuff in this set that I think does kind of make it worth buying. If you only have maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 of these kits already, it's not really bad to buy them again. I mean, they're all nice kits, so, you know, buying this set, you get the new stuff that's included with this set, and then you have 2 of those kits. It's not really a big deal. You can paint one up in like custom colors or something like that, or use them for kit bashing or something. I don't know. It's a pretty cool set, to be honest. I actually have 2 Minority kits already because I really like that kit. But anyway, so moving on, we have the P Bandai HGUC Ifrit Custom out in September for 1,800 yen. So as was predicted, they kind of did the reverse of the RE kit. For the RE, the Ifrit Custom was a standard release. The Ifrit Schneid was a P Bandai. For the HGUC version, they're doing it opposite. So the HGUC Schneid obviously is the standard release that's going to be released later this week, I think, this Friday or next week. And then the Ifrit Custom is going to be the P Bandai release. So basically how it goes is the HGUC kits is going to have much better articulation than the RE kit, but the RE kit has much better details. So the RE kit basically looks like a master grade, but the articulation is not that great. But on the other hand, the HGUC kit will have really, really great articulation and just not be as detailed. So that's the trade-off that you have with those. I'm not really planning on getting the HGUC Ifrit Custom. I prefer the Schneid, so I'm glad that the Schneid is coming out as a standard release. Looking forward to that kit. There's the P Bandai HGUC Bayerland Isolde. So along with Bandai not really wanting to put a whole lot of effort into like anything standard release for the Twilight Axis story, they're putting out the Bayerland Isolde as a P Bandai kit. Unfortunately, because the Bayerland is a really, really great HD kit, just the Bayerland Custom, if you guys haven't built that kit, I highly suggest it. It's a really good kit. But this one, I mean, it's fair to see why it's a P Bandai kit. It's mostly a color swap. It is coming with some new parts for the arms. The upper arm is like much bigger, and then the lower arm is much smaller with like these tiny little claws that look really weird. And then it has a different head and it has different ankle armor parts, and that's pretty much it. I really like the look of this minus the arms, but so I'm looking forward to that kit. Like I said, I love the HGC Bayerland. It's just a really, really nice kit. Kind of wonder if now, since we have the arms, which are kind of in the same style as the regular original Biolarn arms, maybe we'll see like a original anime version of the original Biolarns come out as like a P Bandai kit possibly in the future. I don't know, that would be interesting. But yeah, so that'll be out in August for 2,800 yen. Next thing is the P Bandai HGUC Pale Rider Space Equipment Type. So we have yet another version of the Pale Rider, and still no standard release version of the Pale Rider yet. I think this is the third or fourth version of the Pale Rider to come out. I think the first one was just, I think there was like the regular version and the metallic version, and then the land battle version, and then now is the space battle version. So anyway, this is out in August for 2,000 yen. And one thing that I thought was really interesting about this release is that a lot of the space equipment that it has, it looks exactly the same as the equipment used by the Gundam G05. It was from a video game. There's a master grade of that kit, but there's no HD version of it. But I really hope that they do make an HD version of it now, because they already have all the weapons and stuff now. As I said before, previously talking about the real grade gold frame, just because they have the weapons of some other kit already made doesn't mean that they're going to make that kit. But I mean, it has like the big huge Gatling gun with the drum on the backpack, and then like the fuel tanks for the backpack, the shield, all look exactly the same as the Gundam 05. And the beam rifle looks a little bit different, but it's still pretty similar. Anyway, so a lot of that stuff could, in theory, be used to make a HGUC Gundam 05, which would be awesome. So, well, I don't know, we'll just have to see. But anyway, that's that. Last of the P Bandai stuff here is the P Bandai SD Legend BB Versal Knight Gundam metallic versions. This is going to be out in September as well for 3,000 yen. Nothing really too special. Basically, it's just a metallic version of the Versal Knight Gundam. Yeah, so that's that. And the one single standard release that was announced this month was the HG Build Fighters Winning Fumina. This was teased previously, but we didn't actually get a full image of what this is going to look like. This is going to be out in September for 2,400 yen. And yeah, they've got some interesting things going on here with this. It's cool that what you can do is basically you can strip down all the armor, and I guess that was a pretty good choice of words, because you can strip totally down all the armor, and then what you can actually do is you can then, with that armor, you can form a kind of small little SD winning Gundam, which is pretty cool. And then you can have your stripped Fumina kit. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, that wraps up all of the new announcements. Let's just get into some of the updates. There's not as many of these, so let's get into that. We have the P Bandai Master Grade Casval's Gundam version 3.0. So this is the Master Grade 3.0 Gundam recolored into the Casval's red version, and then coming with some waterside decals, I believe, for that as well. This one's out in August for 4,500 yen. We have the P Bandai HG Build Fighters Hambrabi Suban. Again, not really sure where this is from. I'm guessing this is from one of the Build Fighters, probably, I guess, Amazing Ready manga or something, probably. But it's a very interesting release. Anyway, it's a interesting take on the Hambrabi for sure. This one is out in August as well for 1,800 yen. I like that purple color of it, and it does have a pretty cool look, but still just not that big of a fan of just the kind of Hambrabi in general. I like this one better than the regular Hambrabi, but still not quite enough to actually want to pull the trigger to buy one. So I don't know about that. The high-res 1/100th scale Wing Gundam 0 EW will be out in September for 12,000 yen. So we're continuing to see kind of slowly some new photos of this, and it does look pretty nice for sure. I'm still not really too into some aspects of it, so I don't plan on buying that. But it's interesting to see that they are keeping the high-res line going. I kind of thought after the Barbatos that it was just going to be done, like a one and done. But we're getting the Wing Gundams coming out pretty soon, and then we'll have to see if it does continue on after that. I think the Wing Gundam is also a very popular release, so if it sells well enough, you know, they could keep it up, they could keep the line going. I don't know, we'll have to see. But one of the kits that I'm looking forward to the most, actually, is the Master Grade Double Zeta Gundam Ver.RC coming out in September for 6,000 yen. So, again, every time I see this, I just kind of have to do a double take. Like 6,000 yen seems very reasonable for the price of this, because I know The Double Zeta Gundam is a very big Gundam, and it fully transforms, and it's a Ver.RC, and it's going to come with a bunch of water slides and things like that. So 6,000 yen seems very reasonable for that price. I would have thought 7,000, if not like 7,500, something like that. But anyway, this kit is looking really nice. I would have been fine if they would just skip the whole transformation gimmick in general, but obviously they're not going to do that. They have to put that into a master grade. Hopefully that doesn't hinder the kit too much. I have high hopes because of Bandai's advancement in their technology. I mean, every year they're just getting better and better with their technology. That being said, the master grade V2 Ver.RC was really a headache of a kit. This I know is not near as complicated, so I don't think this will be anywhere as bad as that was, but still, I'm just hoping that this is stable. I'm probably going to transform it once for the review for you guys and then never again. But I am looking forward to that, and still hoping for news of possibly a full armor Double Zeta to be released as a P Bandai kit, or maybe that'll be released next year, something as a standard release kit would be nice, or just like a full armor just part set for that, or a Phaz, like a Sentinel version of the full armor Double Zeta. Could be a P Bandai kit or something. Again, no news about that yet, but my fingers are crossed for a Phaz. Then our other big kit coming out is the very big Mega Size Gundam Unicorn Destroy Mode, out in August for 10,000 yen. So obviously it's not going to be a cheap kit. Mega Size kits are already pretty expensive just because they're so large, but the Unicorn Gundam is especially large, and it's going to have all those clear parts in there for the cycle frame and all of that, so it's not very surprising that this kit is pretty expensive. 10,000 yen, around $90 to $100 for this kit isn't very surprising, but I'm really looking forward to this kit. I really like the look of this, and it's going to be so awesome just to have that huge of a Unicorn Gundam. It's going to be pretty cool. I mean, the perfect grade is already gigantic, but this is going to be cool. I don't really care that it doesn't transform. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm fine with that. Would it be cool if they made a Unicorn mode version? Yes, I would like that, but I don't really see that happening. I don't imagine that that's going to happen. I could be totally wrong. I mean, I was completely surprised that this is even getting made at all, so I could be completely surprised again when they announce a Unicorn mode that's going to also be coming out, but just because of the fact that the 1-to-1 scale Unicorn Gundam is in Destroy mode permanently, I have a feeling that they're just going to stick with just Destroy mode for the Mega Size kit as well. Anyway, it looks fantastic, and the other Mega Size kits did come with water slides, so I'm guessing this will be coming with water slides as well, I hope. That'll be really great if it does, because as we know, Bandai doesn't really do water slides all that much for their kits these days, so anything that includes water slides is always very welcome. And then, of course, the real grade Gundam Unicorn is going to be out in August as well for 4,000 yen, so less than half the price, at a fraction of the size, but a much more complicated kit. Yeah, we have the Unicorn mode version of the box is going to be a first run exclusive, so if you buy this kit straight away, you'll probably get in with the first run, and you'll have the box art will be showing the Unicorn mode. Later on, the standard release box after that will be showing the Destroy mode, so if that matters to you, buy it right away. If it doesn't matter to you, then just whatever. Anyway, that is looking pretty nice. We have seen that the V-fin will have stickers for the yellow part in that. I was kind of thinking that they were going to do like the perfect grade and maybe just pre-paint the V-fin with that yellow or gold on the inside of the V-fin, but it looks like not. There's just going to be stickers. That's not really that big of a deal. What I was glad to see, though, in some photos is that it looks like we are going to have a separate part for the Unicorn V-fin, so it looks like it's going to be pretty much just like the master grade, so you can have the one and just fold it, or you can just take that out and just put in the one solid Unicorn horn. I think that looks a lot better because then you don't have it like kind of peeling apart a little bit at the end. It doesn't look good, so I'm happy about that. That is something that's nice to see on that. Yes, it is kind of it's a part swapping aspect of the transformation, but the master grade had the same thing, so it doesn't really bother me too much. The HGUC Blue Destiny Unit 1 is going to be coming out pretty soon in August for 1,600 yen. It's cool to see the different like head options that you have for that. Before it was kind of interesting to see why we saw it on display with two different head options, but you're going to have different head options for that. The kit's actually looking good. I mean, when it was first shown, I thought it looked pretty cool. Then later I thought, now I'm thinking, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm just really not into that blue color scheme for it. I think painting it up in some different colors will definitely help me appreciate that kit a lot more. But it does look like a really nice kit in terms of just the quality of it. It looks like, I mean, pretty much a Revive kit is pretty much what it is. So that'll be nice. Another one that I'm also really looking forward to is the HG The Origin Zaku 2 Type C/CS/C5. So you can make it the Type C or the Type C5 Zaku 2. It's basically the standard green Zaku 2. And you would think that that's not really all that exciting because he pretty much could have just made that just using the regular Char's Zaku 2 and just repaint it to green. But I don't know, something about that, it just looks so good in that green color scheme. The Origin Zaku 2 kit is just such a nice kit, so I'm just looking forward to just having the standard version coming out as well. As far as new parts, it doesn't really come with anything new except for one piece that's like an extra kind of like shield part thing that goes on like the back of the arm. That looks really cool though. I mean, so as far as new parts, it's not a lot, but what is there is cool. It's coming with a really nice assortment of weapons actually. It looks like basically it's going to be kind of the best version of the Origin Zaku 2 that you can get. I imagine this will include parts to make the commander antenna for it, so you'll have the choice of whether making just the standard head type or the commander type. So like if you do paint your kits, basically after this is released, there's not really going to be much of an incentive to buy the Char's version because you can just buy this. This comes with more weapons and option parts and things like that, and then you can just repaint it to the Char color scheme. This is a kit that we haven't seen any news about, but I'm really looking forward to, is the HG The Origin Black Local Type Gundam. This is the North American front version, and it's basically the same Gundam Local Type kit, but it's all just in the like black color scheme. And what it includes, though, it has the back-mounted shoulder cannon like the Master Grade The Origin Gundam had, which is a really cool weapon. I really like that weapon. And so I'm really looking forward to this release, but we haven't seen anything new about it since it was originally shown at Shizuoka at the beginning of May. So looking forward to some new news on that, but it's not out apparently until October, so we still have a little time to wait. I'm sure probably this coming month or next month we'll see more news about that. There's a lot of stuff coming out in August, so I think because this is coming out in October, I think Bandai is not really too worried about promoting this yet. They're worried about promoting everything that's coming out on August 1st, and then we'll see probably more about this a little bit later, but it is going to be the same price as the regular Gundam Local Type, so 2,000 yen for that, which is nice. That's still actually, personally, I think a little bit overpriced, but it's nice that this isn't more expensive than the regular Local Type. Next thing, the HG Build Fighters Star Burning Gundam. This is going to be out in August for 1,600 yen. I've seen this as possibly being a tentative name, but I think this is probably the official name anyway. I'm not looking forward to this kit, and I'm probably not even going to get this kit and review it for you guys, just because I'm so disinterested in this kit. I think this kit really looks bad. It looks really ugly, super lazy design. I'm really not into the look of this kit at all. Remember the HG Scramble Gundam? How that just seemed like a really cheap and lazy kit that Bandai just put out to put something out? This looks like that, but worse. I mean, that's not to say anything about that, like, oh, the kit is terrible, it's trash. It's not that. It's just that for like a new lead Gundam suit, and especially comparing it to like all the other HGs that come out these days, it just looks so bad and so lazy. And the gun, pretty positive that I'm not even going to waste any time even building and reviewing that kit for you guys. I'm sure other people online on YouTube will review that kit, so when that's released, look somewhere else, sorry. But it just got plenty of other things to do that I don't really want to waste any time with that kit. Next thing is the HG Build Fighters China Guy. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, but it's kind of funny that they made it the name as China Guy. I know their name is China, but like in English, obviously it looks like China Guy, which sounds like China Guy. It doesn't really sound like the best name, but we've heard worse, I suppose. That one is supposed to be coming out this month, but I think around the end of the month in July for 2,200 yen, or it got delayed. I know a couple of kits this month have been a little bit delayed. The Ninpulse Gundam, which I'll talk about here in a minute, has also, I think, been delayed till next month. So anyway, this kit obviously looks very interesting, and it'll be an interesting one to check out for sure. Bandai seems to be maybe slowly getting a little bit better at producing these like girl Gundam model kits. It definitely looks better than the original Super Fumina, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. But what I think we're all looking forward to is the HG Build Fighters Hyper Gyanko. This one is going to be out in August for 2,400 yen. Really looking forward to this. I still think the face is just not quite right, and what I really wish that they would do is just give us at least 2 options for the face. I mean, 3, 4 would be great, but I mean, at least 2. Give us a little bit of options. And I suppose you could say, well, they're giving you different eye options. Like you'll have the option to have the eyes looking straight or a little bit off to the side. That's nothing. I mean, like, that's just a joke, right? I mean, at least give us like the option of just like a straight face or like an angry face or a smiley face or something. Just to have some options, right? But I don't know. Anyway, so I think this one, the face looks in general better than the Fumina face. And the model kit overall looks pretty nice. So I'm really looking forward to this release. I'm really hoping that there's not any soft plastic parts like they had with the Fumina kits, but I'm sure there probably will be, unfortunately, but we'll just have to see. So then, yeah, the HG Build Fighters Ninpulse Gundams. This was, I think, originally supposed to be coming out this month, but it was delayed till next month, as far as I know. So it's coming out in August for 2,000 yen. Very interesting looking kit. I think straight out of the box, it looks pretty ugly. And the colors that it's molded in like kind of like Epion colors, but they're like really dark. And then it's got the molded gold, which is like really bright yellow and nasty looking. So if you're just building this straight out of the box and you're not doing any painting, any panel lining, anything to it at all, personally I think it looks pretty bad. But I think the design is there, it just needs some paint. Really needs some paint on this kit. It's a pretty cool design. One thing that I really don't like, I mean, even if you repainted it, is the weapon, the blade that folds out on the back of the arm, because it looks so just like tacked on. It doesn't look like part of the design at all. So probably what on mine, if and when I ever get around to painting up that kit, I'll just cut that part off and just do without that, because I think it looks pretty ugly. But other than that, it looks like an interesting kit, and it's based on the Revive Impulse Gundam, which is a really nice kit. So the quality is going to be there. Again, I think this kit is really going to need some paint. There's also the HG Build Custom Ninpulse Beam Effect Parts. This is also going to be out next month in August for 600 yen. So basically this is just a set of effect parts that you can use with the Ninpulse Gundam. So one thing that I have to say, big props to Bandai for choosing to release these in just plain clear, not clear colors. That way people can paint these in whatever clear color they want. It was definitely the right option. They could have very easily just molded in the same clear color as the kit. That would have made sense for people who don't paint. But for all the people who do paint and may want to do some custom colors, this is really nice. Or obviously, I mean, people are going to want to use these beam effect parts for other kits aside from just the Ninpulse Gundam. They're going to want to use these effect parts with whatever. I mean, you can use them with whatever. So being able to paint them in whatever color fits for whatever you're doing is very, very nice. Last couple things here are the HG Build Fighters Gym or GM. This is going to be on August as well, 1,600 yen. Really, really looking forward to this release. I really like the look of this kit, and so I can't wait to check that out. This is going to be one of those kits that I think I'll probably eventually buy more than one of at some point, because it's relatively cheap, 1,600 yen. It's not too bad. I actually think it probably could and should be maybe a little bit cheaper, but we'll have to see. I haven't actually built the kit yet. Don't actually know what's all in there, but it does look like a really nice, good kit though. So that's what I'm saying, like, the Gym looks really good, and then you have the Star Burning Gundam, which looks so bad in comparison. Like, I don't think that any kit is terrible. Like, a lot of people have been giving, obviously with the release of the Tristan Gundam fairly recently, a lot of people have been giving the Tristan, HG Tristan kit a really hard time with saying that it's like such a terrible trash kit. I don't think that at all. I don't think any kit, like as a model kit, is terrible, but it's just, man, okay, I don't want to spend too much time harping on the Star Burning Gundam. But I mean, just look at these compare. I mean, they're from the same series, like coming out in the same month, and there's the Star Burning Gundam and the Gym, and one obviously looks so much better than the other one. It's just silly. So anyway, there's the HG Build Custom Gym Weapons set. So this is just a set of weapons that you can use for those kits or for whatever. I like this set, kind of. The details looks a little bit goofy for me. I kind of wish these were a little bit less detailed, actually, to be honest, because they're a little bit much. They don't really look like they're gonna. It looks like you're gonna have a hard time matching these with other kits, because a lot of HG kits don't have all that like crazy detail, and then you give a kit that just has like a kind of medium to low amount of detail molded on the kit, and then you give it a weapon that has a lot of detail molded into it. It's gonna look weird. So that's the kind of one thing that I dislike about this weapon set. The weapons in general look pretty cool, but I think it's going to be actually kind of hard to give these to other kits without having that look kind of strange. So that's what I'm thinking about that. Anyway, this is out next month for 600 yen. Alright, so let's get into the third-party stuff. Just a couple things I want to talk to you guys about this time. The Real Grade Gundam Avalanche Exia Dash conversion kit by Effect Wings is going to be coming out. This is going to be a plastic conversion kit, so for those of you guys who don't have any experience with resin or just aren't ready for resin yet, this is going to be a plastic kit, so that'll be nice. The price and release date haven't been announced yet for this, but they are releasing actually 2 sets. Just the standard set there, and they're also going to be releasing a red version, which you can use for the Astrea F-Type. So if you have that, that was released as a P-Bandai kit, but if you have that and you want to make a Avalanche Dash Astrea F-Type for whatever reason, you can do that by picking up the red version of this. So Effect Wings is also a company that I don't think I've heard of before. So again, when you have companies like that that are kind of unestablished, you kind of maybe don't buy it right away. Maybe wait till you see a review or 2 online of it first before you pick it up. You can always get it later with this kind of stuff. So I wouldn't really be too quick to jump the gun on buying that if you have any doubts about it. I actually really like the look of the Avalanche Exia. Not the dash so much. I don't really like the leg parts actually, but I like everything above the waist on that variant. So no plans on getting that, and I actually get asked every now and then if I'll do a review of the Real Grade Exia. I don't have a Real Grade Exia. I don't have any plans on buying a Real Grade Exia. I would have to buy a Real Grade Exia first before buying this, and I just don't really want to. So you probably won't be seeing a review of this from me, but I'm sure this will be reviewed by other people. Next, not really the most surprising release, but a very welcome one is the Master Grade Astray Outframe from Dragon Momoko. So with Dragon Momoko's Testament Gundam, which I do have snapped built here ready to review for you guys. I will have that review coming for you very soon as I can. But on a bunch of those runners it said Outframe on the runner marking, so we kind of knew that the Outframe was coming. Wasn't a big surprise, but this is supposedly going to be out next month in August. They haven't released a price yet, but I imagine similar to the Testament Gundam, around $35 or something like that, probably. I could tell you though, just after building the Testament is a really nice kit. The quality is there, so have no fear about the quality of that. If you like the look of the Astray Outframe, don't hesitate to pick that kit up. It's going to be perfectly fine, I'm sure. It's a really interesting design. I'm going to be picking one up just because I liked the Testament so much, and the Outframe, I think this is a really interesting design. It's really funny that it has a camcorder. That's pretty unique, and then it has the other rifle as well. The camcorder is, you know, kind of silly to be honest, but the other rifle looks cool, and just in general it's a pretty interesting, cool design variant of the Astray, I think. Next, Model Legend is making a 1/44 scale Dainslife, I don't know how to pronounce that, resin kit. Yeah, that's going to be, I haven't seen the price for that. It's going to be around $20 or $30. I haven't seen an exact price for this or when it's being released, but I'm sure if you check like anywhere online where you can get these Model Legend conversion kits and things like that. Basically what Model Legend usually does these resin conversion kits. So basically in this case they're just doing just the weapon in 1/44 scale that you can use with a couple different kits there it's shown. I think Gundam Central, I believe, carries Model Legend stuff last time I knew. Otherwise, there's other sellers and stuff online where you can get Model Legend stuff. So any place that sells Model Legend stuff will be selling this, I'm sure, if you wanted to pick that up. Next, Supernova announced that they're doing a Master Grade Sandrock. So Supernova did a Master Grade Nataku not too long ago, or Ultron, I forget which they actually named that, but they did put out that kit, and it was, from what I heard, it was a pretty nice kit. I passed on it myself personally. It wasn't that interested. It was a pretty cool looking design, but I just didn't really feel like buying it. But they're also apparently working on a Master Grade Sandrock as well, so that's cool. It looks like it's going to be the kind of also like the EW version, the Endless Waltz version of that, the Sandrock Custom, basically. So that'll be out sometime in the near future. Don't have any more information about that at the moment, but that's there. And then Mechanicor's 1100 Ziegler project. It's basically Mechanicor's 1100 Perfect Zeong that they're making. At the moment, it's scheduled to ship at the end of August, but probably more likely that it will be shipped in September, I'm sure. They always are delayed, so that's going to happen. But the one little bit of news about that I wanted to share with you guys is that they showed this image of the camouflage decals that are going to be included with the premium version. So if you pre-order the premium version, I know the premium version is already sold out, so if you don't have it pre-ordered yet, then just forget about it. But they are going to be putting out these camouflage decals with that set. Personally, I don't like the look of that at all. I have the premium version pre-ordered, so probably what I'll do is I'll probably just sell my camouflage decals. So be on the lookout for when that kit is released, and when I get it and do the unboxing video for you guys, I'll say something in that video, probably like, I want to sell these. So if you're interested in, if you didn't have the pre-order of the premium version and you want to get those camouflage decals, just hang on and you can buy mine off me. Alright, so that's it for the third-party stuff. Last thing, I just want to talk about a few featured kits here. The first one is an SDXHG Gundam Ground Type Thunderbolt version, custom build by Oz3Box. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation of that, but that's kind of how it's spelled. Anyway, of that name. Anyway, this is yeah, a crossover between the SD and HG kits. Here, he basically took the HG Thunderbolt Ground Gundam and then customized an SD, just regular Gundam head, and put it on that. So I love these these crossover HG SD combination. I've featured a bunch of them over the past episodes of Gunpla News, and I really like this one. Yeah, this is a really, really nice one. The weathering on it is really nice. It's cool that he had to customize the head to be correct. Like I said, he just took a regular ARC 782 SD head and then customized that. Otherwise, then basically it's just a matter of just chopping out the thighs of the kit, and that's pretty much it. But really, really nicely done. One thing that I just thought was a little bit disappointing about it is that on the effect part for the beam javelin, he didn't paint the very end of the rod there, where it's supposed to be white in between of where the effect parts go out like that. The four little ones go out. In the center of that is supposed to be white. He didn't paint that, but not really that big of a deal. It's just something that would have been like a personal pet peeve of mine. If I had built this and I had failed to paint that, I would have gone like, oh no! I definitely would have gone back and painted it before taking photos of it. But that's just neat. Anyway, it's a super nice build. I love to see these. These are so cool, and this one is no exception. So I was really happy to see that. Was so happy about that I also wanted to feature another one of his that he recently showed. This one is also from Oz3Box. Is the SDXHG Guncannon Firepower Test Type custom build. So this one as well, he basically crossed over the HG Origin kits, the Mobile Suit Discovery Guncannon Firepower Test Type kit, with parts from the regular SD Guncannon kit. So it's got the head of the SD Guncannon that he's customized to make this in the correct version, and then it has the backpack as well, because it has to like set the cannons off. Because the head is so big, it has to have the cannons where on like the HG kit they're like kind of directly behind the head, but they have to be more off to the side to make room for the extra big head. So he took the backpack of the SD kit as well, which is made in that way, and then kind of detailed that up a little bit to match just the overall detail look of the rest of the kit, and it looks super good. We actually don't have a good picture of the back of the kit, so it's actually kind of hard to see, but just from like 3/4 angle views, what I can see of the backpack is it does look detailed up more than it would be if he didn't add any details to it, if it was just straight the SD backpack just slapped onto the back of there. So anyway, again, just really, really nice paint job, really, really nice weathering on this. It looks fantastic. I love the style of these. They're so cool, and yeah, that looks just really good. Again, the links for all the featured kits are all down below. If you want to look at the pictures more up close, if you want to check out the artists, I highly recommend that you do. The links are down below. Check those out if you want to see more. The next one here is the HG Unicorn Gundam Maintenance Hatch Open Custom Build by Hanco. So you can check out his Model SG page in the link down below. This is basically, he just took the HG Unicorn Gundam in destroy mode and then just customized it to have all these hatches open, and he painted up the cycle frame in gray to show the kind of deactive form of the Unicorn Gundam. So I think this looks really, really cool, and actually what I would really love to do is to kind of use this as sort of like a guide of what I would love to do with the mega size kit. So I would really like to do something like this with the mega size. I think with the mega size will obviously be very easy because the parts are so huge, so they're a lot easier to work with for customizing like this. So I'm definitely considering that as an option for the mega size kit, just turning it into an open hatch custom build. So definitely considering that, and so I just wanted to look at this. This is just a really nice build for one, and it will definitely make a great reference for me for working on my plans for the mega size. So definitely check out the images of this down below. It's cool to see like in more detail when you can actually see all the little like pistons and things like that he's added, and it's 1/144 scale. You got to remember, so it's really tiny. Everything that he's done with this kit, so really nice work on that. And the last one here is just kind of very. And the last one here is kind of very much for show. Is the Perfect Grade Unicorn Gundam 03 Phenex Ver.RC painted build by Nguyen Haong Minh. I don't hope I'm pronouncing that sort of close, but anyway, basically he's taken a PG Phenex. So I guess he bought 2 of them, which is pretty crazy, but it's a really expensive kit. So you can see in like the photos here, he has the one in just the standard gold the kit came in, and it looks like he repainted one into just chrome gold, into just plain chrome to make the RC version. The RC version is just plain chrome instead of chrome gold. So it looks very shiny and bright and cool, I gotta say. One thing I'm not really too into though is like the Phenex Gundam like mirror sticker type on like the base. I'm not really too into that, to be honest, but the kit looks fantastic all chromed up like that, I gotta say. I'm normally not too into like chrome paint jobs on stuff, but on this kit, obviously, just because of the design of the kit and how huge it is, and with all the blue LEDs inside with the LEDs inside the blue psycho frame and everything, looks really cool. So that's just that was just a really cool thing that I thought was quite interesting. So that's it for this month's episode of Gunpla News. Thank you guys for watching. How did you like the format of changing it back to just one part or just one video instead of 5 separate videos? Hopefully just adding the time codes in the info section down below was helpful for you guys. For those of you who didn't want to watch the whole episode, you could skip around for things like that if you want. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you like, don't like, anything like that. Thank you again for watching, and I have a bunch of kits stacked up that I need to review for you guys. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm working on that I need to share with you guys, so just stay tuned. I'm very busy working on a lot of things, and I'll be having a lot of stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you as soon as I can. So thanks for your patience, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.